Hello there, fellow zombies. Josh here with the Zombie Cure. So, today we're going to talk about some post-Halloween stuff. We're going to talk about death. We're going to zombie cure death. Now, if you don't know what I mean by zombie cure death or zombie cure anything for that matter, definitely check out and subscribe to my videos. But check out the first intro videos that describes what the zombie cure is, the method you use to lift the veil of reality, to take off all the icing off the cake so you can actually just see the bare bones cake. And then even going further to find out what is the cake made of. The zombie cure is designed to strip things down to their core and then rebuild them the proper way rather than what we've been taught. So today we're going to talk about death. What is death? When we're going to zombie cure it, and we're gonna strip it to its core, because most people, when they think about death, they think about the future, because in the future you will and I will die. So nobody ever thinks about reverse engineering it and figuring out the fact that you were dead before you were alive. Clinically, before you were alive, your body was a bunch of atoms and molecules spread out probably everywhere, and then they coalesced through science, of course, through food, pretty much what you're made of, and you are now you. So nobody actually thinks about reverse engineering it. So before you were alive, you were dead. You didn't have a consciousness. And then, of course, after you're dead, you're the same thing. You're just a pile of atoms and dead cells and molecules, the same as you were before you were alive. You were dead before you were alive. You were dead after you were alive. The difference is the molecules just rearrange themselves and you have the shape of a human. However, it's no different than all the molecules that coalesced were before you're dead. They're just separated. They haven't formed a body yet. So what happens after you die? Well, we already know the answer. Now, religiously, again, I'm not going to cut anybody's religion here. You might think of this different, and that's okay. But I'm going to tell you something here in a minute that might help you understand why I don't judge people on religions, or my personal theory, which it's only a theory. It's not anything to say, oh, that's what happens. Even what I'm telling you now is a theory. So, before you were alive, you were clinically dead. So we already know what happens after you die because you're currently living in it. I was dead, now I'm alive. So that happened after death. So we were dead before we were alive. So we now know that something happens after you die. Now, what happens after this life? Who knows? I mean, there's some crazy theories out there. You might wake up in a different universe with a completely different set of laws. You might wake up as the next person born after you. You might live the consciousness of every single living thing on this entire planet. Nobody knows what happens after this particular death. However, I do know that something happens because it already has. Now, this might be a little bit hard to grasp. So, kind of going back to that religion thing, I kind of wanted to tell you about it. So I don't make fun of people because of their beliefs, because what if I wake up as that person in my next life? Why would I want to treat myself like crap? I know that sounds egotistical and kind of horrible, but what if that's what really happens? So it's a good idea just to be nice to people in general, because you could be them. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you could end up in a whole different entire universe with a whole different set of laws, like I said before. Interesting stuff to think about. A little bit of deep thought for you. But if you think about it, time doesn't actually exist. So you could live as somebody else. The past and the future are nothing but figment of your imagination. There's only now. So actually time is just a made-up construct that we invented. That has pretty much been proven by science already. So you never know. But we do know that something does happen just because it already has. So I know that sounds kind of contradictory. This is not meant to say this is what it is, this is what it isn't. It's just some food for thought that hopefully keeps you up at night. And, maybe a little bit of a spooky thing for a little bit after Halloween. So anyways, it's just an observation, and I hope you had fun with this one. Thanks.